Pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
Warum ist die Pizza da so getrübt? Die ist immer so richtig getrübt. Lass uns mal mit denen unterhalten.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table.
Does expressions go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
You'll be able to check if the hearsay is true over these next few days.
I sincerely doubt that. The context does not allow me to give him my trust.
I understand your point of view. Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Okay. Oder kann er mir ein bisschen Honig geben jetzt?
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
Okay, kann ich noch nicht. Gut. Jetzt hier raus? Nein. Oben kann ich noch nicht. Ich will mal durch die Tür. War ja einfach noch eine zweite Tür. Hat er dafür auch nicht rein. Guck mal drüben geradeaus. Ansonsten muss ich nach oben. Was schickst du denn?
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
I wonder what promise Lord Mortimer could have made to make him agree to come here, given the circumstances.
Who knows?
Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving, but you'll see. Everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend. Regarding your question on the nightmare, don't hesitate to question the others about it. Maybe one of them knows more than I do.
That's a good idea. Thank you once again. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, der konnte nicht so viel helfen.
Starlight water will give me a little reprieve.
Also unser Priester. Putzt ja auch immer Gemälde oder so an die Wand. Wenn ich ihn sehe oder treffe, steht er immer so zur Wand. Gucken, was er jetzt erzählt.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Well, I mean, if it were a place or an object found on this island, what would you think of first?
The nightmare. No, I don't see anything. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad.
Ah, wait. I suppose it might be that horrible painting hanging in Lord Mortimer's study.
Pretend not to be that interested. Right. Well, don't worry about it. I was just curious.
Den hier selber ins Mann hängen?
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Okay. Ich soll zum Arbeitsmann gehen. Aber noch nicht. Ob ich hier weiter kann. Nein, sowieso nicht. Doch. Oh, da war mein. So, schauen wir mal. Schauen wir uns mal. So, man findet aber trotzdem noch Sachen neu. Da können wir nochmal den Einzettel, was wir letztes Mal da hatten. Kann ich sagen, gucken. Was wir Loser-Rätsel gemacht hatten. Möchte ich gern hier hinter. Aber. Darf nicht. Darf nicht. Hier waren wir auch noch nicht.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid. There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Das ist knapp.
Fragment of amber.
Ja, irgendwie müssen wir ja die Sachen aufhören. Hier kommen wir Zimmer. Erstmal, weil da darf ich nicht hoch. Da liegt auch noch irgendwas.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Ja. Bin mir jetzt nicht sicher, wo ich hier schon war.
President George Washington.
Aber gehen in den Raum. Was?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Warte, da kommt man letztes Mal rein. Da jetzt rein?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Das war
Sir Jacques Perru.
Emily.
What do you want, Louis?
Und seine Meinung fragen. Wo ihre?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
I doubt that Lord Mortimer invited him for his charm, if you want my opinion. Emily, what can you tell me about the coming conference?
Sir Gregory and Lord Mortimer organize this kind of high society meeting every so often in order to consider the world situation.
Okay, das wissen wir eigentlich ja
For
schon.
what purpose?
Well, by bringing together the most influential people from the dominant nations of the modern world, they allow the mighty to discuss matters with calm clarity. There are precedents of armistices being signed at the end of these talks, you know. Talking while holding a glass of brandy makes things easier. You'll see.
Okay.
You're
Ja,
leaving me?
okay.
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam.
Hier war jetzt.
Monsieur Johann van Wunder.
Jetzt gleich bei Job links war.
President George Washington.
Oh, so hier. Ah, hier. Gleich wieder ein Käfer noch.
Monsieur Johann van Wunder.
Lass uns mal noch oben.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare? Book of the Mortimer family. Book of the Mortimer family. A family ancestor, apparently. A painting about a siege dated. Might come in handy.
Einfach alles mitnehmen.
Let's take a closer look. Dark chocolate beans. Very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Die Zahlen des Jahres 1792. 8000 Pfund Lebensmittel. Also so eine Ausrüstung, ja. Wer sind jetzt Holzverbrauch gesenkt werden, okay. Sehr geehrter Quadrupology, ich schreibe Ihnen in Bezug auf den Gemälde, die ich Ihnen in eine Ausstellung geschickt hatte. Betrachten Sie bitte als Datei von meiner Privatsammlung sind die dazugehörigen Jahreszahlen der damaligen Kalender Freimaurer AL entsprechen. Wie Sie vielleicht schon gedacht haben, müssen Sie von den Jahreszahlen 4000 Jahre abziehen, damit Sie die Besucher nicht über die merkwürdigen Angaben wundern. Ich muss Sie natürlich nicht daran erinnern, dass die Freimaurerjahr AL im März beginnt, weil Louis Bild habe ich die Freiheit genommen, die Lanze etwas anzupassen zu lassen, an die das Originallanze entspricht. Das sollten Sie bei Ihrer Vision ebenfalls unbedingt veranlassen. Hochverachtungsvoll, Lord Wilhelm Alexander, bla bla.
Now, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. Said
Das war das
Mortimer's
Zähler
fond of
Alptaum.
complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it. It's a book on the history of the Crusades. I don't think it has any connection with my research.
Ja, wir haben eine Pfeife hier.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Oh.
This must be what my mother was talking about. I just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Okay. Soll ich jetzt?
I don't think this book can help me.
Mechanismus.
Okay, no mechanism behind this painting. Well, I'll have to keep looking. Now, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes.
Also da ist nie wie
Well, I
so
hope I
Wand
never have
und
to try
da.
and unlock it.
Vielleicht die inneren Bilder oder so?
No. Let's look elsewhere.